Hey guys, COMPUTEROSIS here. Welcome to another episode of Let's Play Kingdom Hearts Final Mix in HD. Yeah, and we're in Agrabah right now, and there isn't really, I guess, trying to figure out exactly how I'm gonna word this out because I'm finally at the point where where literally I have no sort of baggage going in. Like, there were like a couple of recordings I did beforehand where I was just like, hey, subs, and I wasn't just feeling it. But now I kind of am, and I'm willing to go into it. The reason I want to say is about how it's getting done. You will start noticing after the second visit to Traverse Town that I start to slow down in a sense. Now, this isn't to say that that I still don't use like certain tricks that I've learned from watching speedruns, but I do start to slow down because as I've stated before, hopefully multiple times, is the way I have it set up was I set between like 5-hour intervals. Where the first third of the game should be played in about 5 hours. The second two thirds of the game, another 5 hours. And then the last third, you bring it up till you basically at the end of the world, and you save about a good hour and a half for just the end of the world itself, depending on where you are. So if you're reaching that, if you're trying to do this under 15 hours, you don't really have to be in a particular hurry. Just remember that for the last particular world, you have to at least have an hour and a half on hand, sort of as a contingency plan. So as I'm noticing through the game itself, I'm only about a little over 3 hours in these, or close to being 3 hours in. Sorry, basically really close to 3 hours in, and already I'm going faster than I needed to. That isn't to say that I slow down and be like, you know what, I'm gonna go take care of this tournament over here. Oh, I can go back and get that treasure chest I failed to get the first time. No, I'm not gonna do any of that. So you don't have to worry about it too much. I will say that sort of an off-topic thing, but I'm not exactly recording this where I usually record. I'm actually recording it in the, I guess, dining room area because I can. It's in the daytime of all places, because usually I record stuff in the night. I would make a reference saying I'm a creature of the night, but that's only half the truth. So, as far as anything that's been going on, there are a lot of things I want to do in later times. I know I'm supposed to be focusing on the Agrabah thing and the whole cutscenes going on and all that, but not really. Really, that is to say I didn't mind Agrabah's cutscenes, but you know, something. I'm just throwing cows in the fire right now. I'm not helping the situation any more than I am. Shut up, move on, and move to something completely different. So I've mentioned that I'm going a bit slower, kind of, or at least I started noticing when I was doing the whole editing to get this one started. Alright, of course. And even here, I am literally like trying something here. I don't know. I don't know. No matter what I do, the video is always slow. That's why you see me always going on these tangents. I can't talk about what I see on the screen, or even try to describe what's going on, or at least in a general sense, because I don't know what's going on. So technically, I'm going in there. Not only am I going in there double blinded. Double blindsided, whatever. But also, I had to remember exactly what I want to talk about, and sometimes I don't. Which leads to those very awkward ums and uhs and all that. See that, like that one right there. But yeah, it's But yeah, I did mention that I did record this all in one go, all in one night, and it was 11 hours of footage. 3 things that need to be done. The first one happened in the previous episode where I had to cut up about a little over 15 minutes of work on there. I guess since a lot of things I've been talking about has been editing related. I will say that I kind of hinted on something like this. I think about 2 episodes ago, back when I thought, I'm not recording stuff anymore, or at least it's my voice is gonna be cut off, so there's no way you're gonna hear it. But nope, you heard me. And I was talking about the whole opening and ending sequence to these videos that I'm trying to put on every single one. And I was slowly getting to the origin of how it was where it started off as an album that came out about a year ago during the summer of 2011. No, not 2011, 2012. Fuck. Yeah, 2012. In 2012, I had a total of over 50 songs, and this one dude who makes a whole bunch of mashups, I've subscribed to even way before he started doing just like pony mashups and stuff like that. That he decided to just put all 50 plus songs and just mash them up into an 8-minute and 37 seconds mashup. So, and it was just amazing. And there was only like 2 parts that really stuck out, and that was the opening and the ending sequence. The opening sequence was a go-getter from the beginning because I just really liked the mashing of those 3 particular songs, because the main song that you mostly hear from it, it's good, but to me only that section I really enjoyed, and the fact that particular song was about close to 7 minutes long, and it's always played in that beat. So it's not exactly a club mix per se. It's something else. I suck at song in progress. So and then mixed up with like 2 other songs being played on there. One had I can't remember what the song is, or at least trying to describe it, because there's no point saying names of it because you'll be like, okay, that is not it. Well, whatever. But then again, I barely remember the song titles, which is very unfortunate though. But I'll get to why I said that later after mentioning it. But the ending one, I already had plans to make an opening sequence. I had no interest in truly making an ending sequence at all. But the more times I listened to this 8+ minute mashup, the more I liked the ending sequence, because some of the things I like doing when I'm like playing the songs on my iPod is how iTunes keeps track of how many times you listen to a song all the way through. Well, kind of all the way through. Basically, if you're gonna skip like the last 5 to 10 seconds of a song, it apparently, I'm gonna assume that it technically counts, or at least it does when it's only like 5 minutes left, because there's that default transition every 5 seconds whenever you're like just playing the songs off your iTunes. I haven't opened my iTunes in a while. I wonder how many updates I have to do. Anyway, or 10 seconds if you really want to go and increase the thing. Yeah. But that's what I always end up doing. I was always end up skipping those sentences. Only I went as far back saying, you know what, once it reaches the 30-second mark, I'm just gonna skip the song. And always the ending sequence, there were times where I just didn't want to skip it because of how it brought the mashup almost to a full circle, kind of. It concluded by playing a melody that was a good instance of like a cutoff. You can do the whole fade to black thing, thing, but also bring in the beat that was brought up at the beginning of the mashup. To a song that I'm only sort of 50 about. So of course, through the power of Audacity, because that's basically where I've done any sort of audio edits or edits in general. You know, I took that instance, tried edit as to the best I can, and then worked from there. And then the opening and ending sequences, they were all done through Windows Movie Maker. Just because. Like I brought them in, and then like I had the whole had them all fade out and all stuff like that. But I think the hardest part, was trying to get the opening one to fade out and the ending one to fade out. For some reason, the ending one fade out. It kind of wasn't. I have no idea how the hell I did it before, but I couldn't make it do it again. So instead, what I have here, what I've done, is through Also Showbiz, I have a skeleton of any sort of video I want to do there. So every single file that gets explored before I upload it, it comes straight from Also Showbiz. For the most part. 9 times out of 10, it comes from there, especially when I'm capturing video footage. Of course. So in order to get that fade out sequence that I kind of wanted, I don't know if it works or not, because for the life of me, I haven't been watching my own videos before I upload them, because it just seems weird trying to watching a video after you upload it. To me, that just seemed kind of weird, because it's like, I'm the only person watching my own video. This got awkward fast. And I never liked that at all. Not even through like, oh, why don't you look through for your annotation thing? Why don't you try putting annotations? Which, by the way, I might end up putting annotations in this video just to alert people what was the previous episode is. Because apparently you kind of need that now. It's gonna be very weird that the fact that I have to do everything one of the videos. But then there's this pending force that's coming in January. There's a pending force that's happening in my life and coming January, right? And then there's a pending force that's coming to YouTube in January. There's like 2 pending forces clashing each other. It's gonna be mass hysteria from 2 different angles. From my perspective, it's gonna be, I don't even know anymore. Oh, by the way, I'm recording this on December 11th, 2013, just to give you an idea of how close I am to the deadline of this particular episode to be uploaded by Friday at 9 p.m. Which, luckily, I've mentioned on my Twitter, because I'm barely on that Twitter, and when I do tweet, it's only something that I'm like, you know what, whatever. I think there was like 1 tweet that I wanted to tweet. It was on my birthday, but I decided to move it to my own personal Facebook, not the channel Facebook. No, my personal Facebook, and it was pretty fun to do that. I also have done a lot of. I've actually really gotten back to using Facebook, kind of, or at least in a sense, I'm using it for the most social aspects through the Escapist website. So, if for some reason you find some sort of, if you find a picture of what seems to be Zelda related, but you can tell that's an actual picture and someone's like just trying to take a picture of something Zelda related, right? That's probably me. I'm not gonna hide on that fact, and for some reason I never changed my profile pic at all, and the only time I've done it so far is through my Steam account, because usually it's a picture of Rayman's face close up, because I fucking love Rayman. I fucking love him more than the fucking Mario Brothers, except maybe Luigi. Luigi and Rayman, they're sort of tied first, even though Rayman's a bit above, because because Luigi's still part of the Mario spectrum, and I mentioned that I I haven't mentioned before. I'm gonna mention it now. I love Rayman more than I love Mario. Yeah. And since Luigi falls into the Mario spectrum, he's just a bit lesser than Rayman. Yeah. But Luigi is always above Mario at everything. In fact, I always like playing Luigi when I play Dance with Luigi Mario Mix, which for the first time on the Sneakers website, I actually mentioned it in the thread where you had to talk about like 5 ways to improve the game. And I was just, and even though some of my claims were like, yeah, that's reasonable, for the most part I was like, I was just bullshitting through it, except for the last one where I want them to make a goddamn sequel. No, seriously. If you feel that Mario makes something a sequel, that's understandable, I guess. But I really want a sequel on that. I really fucking love playing that. In fact, I kind of want to do an LP of it, but I can't do it right now. But I do want to. I just need to, or at least I have to set it up properly for me to do it, and it's gonna be wild. So, along those lines, I guess. Yeah. I guess when I really get down to it, I can't think of a good conclusion to that, so I'm just going to move on and tell you what I'm doing. I am very close to beating this game on Proud, because I'm really taking my sweet ass time playing it on Proud. Mainly because the strategy I had for playing on Proud was in the sense that I'm trying to, I am gonna go and try to get the ultimate weapon, and fuck this ultimate weapon in Final Mix. I'm going to fucking hate synchronizing in Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix. I just fucking know it. I guess I can go through. I guess I can go through like why my stern hatred for Kingdom Hearts 2 and synthesizing. Synthesizing. Well, to be honest, it's not just synthesizing that I kind of don't like in Kingdom Hearts 2. There are a lot of stuff that I just don't like, but it's not in a sense where, oh, I wish this wasn't in the game, or I wish they would improve it, kind of. No, because there are other options. I don't want to give 100% completion on standard in order to get the secret ending. Play that shit on Proud. And I'm like, okay. Zippity doo dah, nigga. Finally, I can do it, and it's awesome. I love it. It's cool. And even on my screen, I'm looking at something that I fucked up on, where I try to see if I put the keyblade into the key before the battle starts, and I fail at it. And he's like, no, there's no time. There's no time to waste. Just kill them all. And I guess I kind of did that for my standard mode, where I just killed anything that was in my way. I didn't really care too much about synthesizing or getting everything. Basically, I was playing how I usually play it, where I try to play it to its fullest, and if it's something that I just don't want to put more time and invest into it, I say fuck it and just be on my merry way. That's what I usually do. On beginner, it's usually different. I try to see if I can do everything, because everything's at a very low level. And it's not because, oh no, you have to play on a very low. No, this game wants you to play on a low level, and I'm like, okay, fine, I'll get the other trophies. And then I found out why the other trophies were bronze, because you can get them during your beginner playthrough. Fuck! Like, really? I mean, it makes so much sense. Why there's so many goddamn bronze trophies, especially on certain things that you're like, shouldn't that be silver at least? I mean, collecting all the Dalmatians. How the hell is that a bronze? Getting all the trainees. Okay, that's how bad. But synthesizing? How the fuck is that bronze? Well, apparently, Early? You can get them all on beginner, which that's what I fucking did, which left me with only 2 trophies, getting it on standard and then getting it on proud. Standard, I just play how I usually play games, where I spend too much time dicking around, see every single nook and cranny I can before reaching in, which that's kind of thing that's kind of the reason why I don't usually play that many sandbox type games, or I'll play an open world game, but as long as there's like restrictions, where certain areas are not unlocked until a certain story event happens. Like I have to play a story in order to make sure things open up more. If it's all laid out to me in the open, you know damn well, I know damn well I'm not even gonna try to go for the story. Fuck story. I'm on an adventure. Whee! Yeah, and you'll never see me again. I guess that's kind of the reason why I tried avoiding Skyrim, because I'll have the same experience I had through Oblivion, dicking around and not giving a fuck about the story. But then again, that's basically what the Elder Scrolls games usually boil down to. Still need to play Morrowind, although apparently it hasn't really aged that well unless you are playing it kind of modded, sort of. And according to my nope, this is definitely not the part. I know there was an area that happened. No, it happened during my standard playthrough, actually, and it happened again on my proud playthrough, where you reach the bazaar, the weird secretive area where you unlock the final door, kind of, where the area where the black fungus pop up. I think it's called the Bazaar or something. Bazaar, Cesar. I think. I can't say it today. But then again, I should have came in prepared with water, because I'm going to be talking a lot, and yeah, already my mouth is getting dry, and I was only like, what, 20 minutes in? So we should be inside the Cave of Wonders, kind of. I'm not sure anymore. I'm going to assume we're in the Cave of Wonders. And only the screen can tell me I'm lying. Well, the final cut will tell me if I'm lying or not. But here, when I do the recordings, anything I say is kind of true. True, kind of. Or at least based on what I see on the screen. Something going on those. But like I said before, I play standard mode like I normally play games. I try to see how far I can play something before the game tells me, get on with it. And remember I was talking about I have no idea how long it's been since I updated. Apparently, I have a chance to update iTunes into a version 11.1.3. And it's close to 100 megabytes worth of installing. Yeah, I'm not far behind. On installations. I'm gonna close that because it just slows the video even more than it needs to. Because just to give an understanding about what goes on when a video gets slowed. You see, even though the video is slowed, but everything is being recorded in real time. That's time. So in other words, once the video ends, I guess the better understanding is if the video is real life, then my post commentary is your dream world. Because you know in your dreams a lot of shit can happen within a small realm of real time. And that's basically what goes on during these recordings. These are metaphor. These are dream metaphor like post commentaries being broadcasted through through the real life, the reality metaphor based video that's being played back to me through this commentary. And that was actually something that, and this is actually something that our social bitch just has. I've tried. Now, don't get me wrong. The earlier videos, they were done through Windows Movie Maker, but I mentioned this before. But the reason why I switched to Oxford Showbiz was because it allowed the exports. But the thing was and Windows Movie Maker just wasn't, which is very unfortunate. Shit. Because was saying that the video was corrupted, and instead of like trying to fix the problem, and instead said we want to delete it, and then have to re-upload again, and do the whole timestamp in thing. Which, luckily, of course, when I did this, or at least when I was making the switch to Oxford Showbiz, during the small span of time I had, I was kind of trying to emulate what time it was on that video to there, and try to do it to the best of my abilities, while at the same time actually trying to write it down. Because that's actually kind of what I did with the 358 cutscenes that were uploaded on the There Is No Title channel, where the final episode could have got it didn't really get a copyright strike, but the video would have gotten muted due to the ending theme that plays at during the credits, or at least the part where the main song goes, not the part where the I can't even say her name today, but the singer herself is like singing, and it's like and she's singing it normally, but the key is very slow. So, but then right when the guitar goes like right there, like right after there, that's when they're like, nope, we're gonna have to mute your video or take the audio out entirely, which is sort of the same thing, kind of. The only difference is either you'll see an X on that volume control showing that I got muted, or the volume control, you still control it, you just can't hear anything. Nope, can't hear shit. So trying to think. But yeah. So in that process, I had to go back into Auto Showbiz for this final episode. So mute the area which it began, sort of do crossfade kind of, or whatever the hell it's called. And try to have it all span out until it was time to fully bring it back up, which I sort of guesstimated, and it just worked. So I'm happy that it did on that. But then came the hard part of trying to sync up the annotations, which was kind of easy because I still had the raw file with me. Because why the hell would I destroy the raw file if the video hasn't yet been uploaded? I don't understand the thing where after you upload it, you immediately delete and you're like, oh, I'm done. Time to work on the next video. Now I don't see it. I strongly believe in keeping the raw file, well, at least until the thing goes up and the upload has been successful. So I guess I kind of have to watch my own videos when they get uploaded, just to make sure there's not much mistake, and I can do it for the annotations area where I'm like, oh, I'm gonna add an annotation, but I don't know where. Gonna have to watch this whole video to find out. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do some annotations. I don't know where exactly I'm gonna put them though. I was thinking of putting them sort of in the center. Let me just give you a clear understanding of how I'm going to word this out. You see where it tells you where the money is that space all the way up to like the edge of the line where Goofy's where Goofy's health bar status is. Within that area, cut that area in half and then place it there. Now here's the thing that people are like, oh, it's easy, but for me, not really. I don't have a particular program that will actually allow me to really go grid by grid as to where the central point is or anything like that. No, I will have to guesstimate all this to the best of my abilities, which I've done before through Windows Paint. Or is it called MS Paint? No, it's not called MS Paint. Otherwise. But I do know it's just called Paint, and that's where I make all the title cards and I try to use the picture of the game name because no one has done fan art to justify making thumbnails out of it. Not that I don't have that big of a fan base, but once I get someone like, is there any way I can donate money? I'd be like, well, I have this PayPal donate link that I made in 2013 during the summer. Why did I make it? I don't know. No. It's not like people are gonna click on it anyway. I mean, it's there, but and I don't want to make a big fuss about it because I don't want to make a big deal about it. I don't want to come off as needy, but but yeah, the button should still work. It'll take you to the page that says, hey, and it will say the money is going to supporting COMPUTEROSIS, and then you can put as much money as you want. You can put as little as a penny, I think. So yes, if you don't have any if you have pennies, but you feel that you need to get rid of all your pennies, just send them to COMPUTEROSIS, because I am making a penny collection. I'm trying to get a penny from every single year, from this current year all the way back to when copper pennies were fully getting their full development in the late 40s. And as much as you can call this a very joke being played straight, that is actually true. I do collect pennies, and I'm trying to collect every single year the copper penny has been made. And for those who want an update, you can tell me either through my Tumblr page where it will finally get some action going on, or from my Twitter, which gets more action than my Tumblr. But don't tell my Tumblr that, because my Tumblr might get mad and feel that I'm cheating on Tumblr with Twitter, even though they both signed the contract saying that they both would showcase each other promptly. Although it seems like one side is bringing up more of the deal than the other. Go figure. Can't really do anything on that one. I know I've sidetracked multiple times on that. But I'm gonna sidetrack. There's two things I need to sidetrack back to. First, I'm gonna sidetrack back to Kingdom Hearts because where I mentioned that through standard mode I just play on normally beginner. I try to see if I can get everything there is to get because it's easier to do. I'm lazy. I have a lot of games on my backlog, okay? Plus I have these games that I play for this channel. That's a lot of games. And I only get to play these during my free time. And I don't have that much free time, actually. Actually quite limiting. everything. Okay, so yeah, there's that. So, but when I when I played on Proud, I actually went in there with a lot more strategic approach. Not to say I didn't follow like any tips where don't forget to heal and use arrow as many times as possible. Put them as your shortcut, because you're gonna need them with the very tough battles. Instead, I went something completely different. I would level up a max of about 10 levels. Or at least 10 levels I actually were trying to get. Or any other levels I get prior to that on that same world it becomes optional at best. I chose hardest difficulty because overall that's the easiest way to get to level 100 is if you screw yourself over in the beginning and then after level 40 things starts picking up faster, kind of. And by faster I mean you just among the 3 different experience points you will get during that level, the road at night will always have the lesser of the free experience choices. Always.
Okay, Jafar.
After level 40. Every single time. You don't even need what was it, 900,000? It was either 900,000 or 90,000. You don't need over that. You don't need it. Okay? Excuse me. Okay? But then I added another condition to it. The only time I would continue for a world without leveling up 10 times was if I got every single item that I could at that moment. So for instance,
Jasmine?
Deep Jungle. No. That is filled with a bunch of power shards. I went through an average. I rounded to the nearest 5 or 10, depending on where it was. Because if it was like 0, if it was like 1 through 4, it's 5. If it was 6 through 9, then just put it to the nearest 10. So that's just how I do. And I basically did it all manually. And I did that before writing the strategy guide, which apparently the strategy guide came out a month after the game came out. Yeah, that's from Prima. That's all Prima's doing. Branding Games did not make the guide for 1.5. It was Prima, and I have a lot of things I want to say for that, but I want to make a separate video on it, a different video on that. Like a different video entirely. Almost to the point that I probably need to hire some sort of stunt double to showcase the strategy guide. I can ask the head writers because they tend to. They can probably do that for me. I guess. But anyway, so to sidetrack it back again, the album that I was talking about were these 50 plus songs that came out in 2012. The album was called Balloon Party. I mentioned this in this 2 episodes ago. You know, what the album name was called. Bro. However, what I did mention was that they made a second album, and that album was called Rainbow and Rudy. Now I don't know if you're noticing something here, especially when something's called Balloon Party, was the fact that yes, it was a pony parodied like album of Knife Party. Alright. With the common theme, with the common joke theme being this hard.
You still have 1 wish left.
Sorry.
Look, just say the word. Ask
Alright.
me to find Jasmine
Which
for you.
like I said, Balloon Party came out in 2012, and then this year, year 2013, when the year this is being recorded, over the summer, about I don't know the month names. I think Bloom Party came out June of 2012, and then this one came out July of 2013.
A deal's a deal,
Steam,
Genie.
and
Now
it was
you
Rainbow
can go
Rooted.
anywhere you
And
want. You're your own master.
and as much as, or as I'll be
But
one of the,
if you can,
much as I,
it'd be great
much
if you could
as
go
I
along
could be
with
one of
them
those that says,
help
oh,
soar
Bloom
from
Party was
Jasmine.
better. Rainbow Rooted was kind of okay. To be honest, I listened to Rainbow Rooted more than Bloom Party.
Taking orders from
Party.
others.
In a sense that I have more songs I remember wanting to listen to in Rainbow Rooted than in Bloom Party.
I guess I can
Bloom
get
Party,
that.
it had its moments. It had its
After
musical
all,
moments with
we're
one
pals,
song
right,
that
Al?
I will play them on all more than any other song
Just
on there.
leave it to me.
And that song on Bloom Party is called Caution. It was actually the first Bloom Party teaser I've heard, and it's the only Bloom Party one where I was like, yes. And I know I know there was like a Bloom Party after party thing album that came out. And frankly, the only song I remember from there was this one song. Don't know the name of it, but I know who did it, and that was only because the fact that people thought he got shafted for not being part of the main
I
album.
brought the princess, didn't I?
And that's it.
Consumed by his own hatred.
But yeah, that isn't to say that yeah, it more becomes a personal taste. Like Bloom Party, if you don't like some full heavy metal and the occasional like wub it up dub, you're not gonna like Bloom Party. But if you don't like drum and bass, some glitch hopness, or anything that requires a guitar in some way, then you're gonna have a terrible time. I did find that one song from Rainbow Road that I'm playing as much as with Caution. And what's weird though is that the title,
You're like a son to me.
the title's called Old Mixtape. Old mixtapes.
Believe what you wish.
Tapes. And the only reason why I like it is because it has that hip hop feel to it, and I just fucking love that. Love that shit to death. So that's like the only thing on there. So I know it's supposed to be like 52 minutes in. And I'm going to assume that I have till, at my time, about 14 minutes, I think. Yeah, about 14 minutes left before I get cut off. So, and they'll be like, no, there's no point because it's not like I don't want to stop the recordings, but there's a part of me that if I stop it too soon, not everything will get done, and I'll be like, oh no, that. So I will be saying my sayonara's beforehand, probably during my laptop's next fade out. Now, since I've been keeping good tabs on that, although I'm pretty much have to check its settings because I don't think it's fading out every 15 minutes when I'm not touching anything. So, with Proud Mode, it was a lot more strategic approach. I spent about a little over 2 hours per each world on average. I purposely did not go to Sid for the second time to install the next Navi piece in order for you to go to Hollow Bastion, because I wanted to get all the stuff that's from the clock tower, which I guess looking back, it's kind of one of the most BS ways to keep you playing for an extra 12 or so hours. Because there's some neat shit in there. Like besides getting some power-ups, besides getting like the simple Mithril Shard, Mithril, Orichaucum, the newest synthesizing item, Dark Matter, which is very scarce to find. And if you don't have any Mithrils, Lucid Shards, Lucid Crystals, like extra ones on hand, you're gonna have a terrible time trying to make sure that you synthesize everything. Which is fine. I mean, I'm glad in the sense that that you just have to synthesize the first 30 items, and then the next 3 items become available to you. So you can just say, well, fuck Don and Goofy's weapons because they're weak compared to the items I found. I mean, I got the Wizard Staff and the Defender. No way in hell these 2 things are gonna be stronger than that. No way that staff's gonna give more extra MP to Donald more than he already has. And Goofy Shield, and that Goofy Shield I can synthesize. No way has more power than the Defender Shield that just randomly dropped in me once. Weird. Yeah, whatever. Oh. As I'm saying this, the cable windows have opened up. And with that, I'm going to say, this has been Computeurosis. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Next episode, we're going to get eaten by a whale. Yeah, no matter where you go, you always get eaten by a whale. But, by the way, some advice, for the love of Kingdom Hearts, always go up after completing Agrabah. Don't you fucking go down. Otherwise, if you really care about getting completing all those gunship missions, you're gonna have a terrible fucking time getting them all. I can guarantee you that. You know what? In the next episode, I'm gonna remind myself this. The next episode, I'm going to complain my ass off over some of the things you have to do beforehand. Otherwise, you're gonna have a terrible time completing and getting everything, especially when you're playing it on standard mode. Yeah. So see you guys in the next episode. I gotta need a drink of water. Dude. Really? The bottle's empty. I just used this frozen bottle. Fuck. It's frozen solid. Gonna have to go over that. Damn it. Right. Yes. I'm telling you. Doing some of these recordings, man, it's very tiring to your vocal cords. I know people saying that, oh no, you were the last one so weird. Oh, everyone's just playing video games, time to own it. No, it's a lot harder than it seems. Because people don't get that it's not about the game. Oh no. Sometimes it's not about the game. The game is just a tool. It's all about the personality. Now, sure, you can talk about the game, but you're gonna have to bring some new thing to the table. The only way that you can go and do some boring ass commentary over a video game and get a lot of views is if you're playing a game that either A, just came out, or B, no one knows what the hell that game is. Yes. But Here's an interesting thing that's been going on. The only way you can really break into the LP business and make sure that you get a good following, is only when you bring something new to the table. Only when you bring something new to the table will you be able to get a welcome-added fan base. And speaking of fan bases, certain people that start playing video games, you know, some of this. Here's an interesting little tidbit. They used to do something else, and now I mean they probably still do it, but they did do something else, and they already had a fan base going into this.
Hey,
And you know what?
Sora.
Like I just got free advertisements
okay?
because they're like, hey,
What are you
you
guys
like what I
doing?
do? Well, guess what?
Where are
See
they
me
anyway?
play video games, yo.
Whoa.
Check me out on this other channel.
Oh, you know,
something
I think
gaming.
that
Something.
big old whale monstro just swallowed
It's great.
us.
It's great. You get to see
And
me
for
do
today's
raw
weather,
action thing,
expect
and it's
showers.
not barely scripted at all. No, really, it's not scripted.
Heavy showers.
Really. Yeah. And then people gravitate to it, and already we're like, oh my gosh, God, scripted, he's amazing, or he or she's amazing. But unscripted, oh my gosh, where have you been on that? I gotta tell my friends. Friends, I gotta tell my family members, because
Come
believe
on,
it or not,
everybody, after him.
my cousins, and their mom and dad, they all watch PewDiePie, and it's awesome. It's just awesome where they all huddle around the computer screen and they're watching PewDiePie. It is amazing. It is awesome.
What have you got there, Pinocchio?
I mean,
With this, we can get out of here,
it
Father.
was just awesome. Okay.
Really? With this big block,
But back
you
on
think so?
topic.
It's true.
It's not about me.
So,
Me. Well, it's
how
kinda
did you end
about
up
me,
here,
but not me.
Pinocchio?
Okay. So, blah 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 blah
Oh
blah blah
my,
blah.
so the whale swallowed all of you
So
too?
anyway,
My goodness.
so the other day,
Yeah, looks like it.
My
I was,
name is Geppetto.
I was,
I'm
I
Pinocchio's
just, it was
father.
Saturday,
When we
and,
got separated,
today,
I traveled
you
all
know, I
over
was
looking
getting
for
ready
you.
for,
Thank
getting ready for
goodness we're
finals and all
together
that.
again.
And, package came in for me, and it was on
So,
Saturday.
you
Now,
seem
for some
to
reason, I
know
don't get
Pinocchio
packages on
quite
Saturday.
well.
It's weird.
I hope he
It's
wasn't
weird.
good
I get
for
packages.
my absence.
I can sometimes get a package from Monday through Friday, and usually the package to me
Well,
is
we've
just
all
something
had
that
quite
I
a
wanted
journey,
to send to myself.
right, Pinocchio?
So,
Pinocchio.
Because I can. I can at times. It's cool. It's cool. It's basically online shopping, damn it. I mean, don't judge me. So anyway, wait. I rarely get packages on Saturday. In fact, I think this was like the first package I ever got on Saturday. I kind of had an idea what it was.